I used to have a tradition. Every summer, every end of the year, when I was on vacation, I would watch this TV show every single year from back to back. Like from the first season to the last. I was obsessed with it and I haven't watched it in a long time and I want to talk about it because if you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you'll agree with me and that is Gilmore Girls. One of the best like classic comfort TV shows ever. But there's controversy here, so let's talk about it. But at the same time, it's a great recommendation, okay? So stay in this episode if you want a recommendation for a cozy and funny and sweet TV show, especially to watch during Christmas time, during vacation and summertime. Summer in Brazil, right? If you're not in Brazil, it's actually even better. But I mean, for me, this show is like vacation vibes, you know? All my obligations are done. I don't have anything else to do in the year. I'm gonna watch Gilmore Girls. I miss this tradition. I think I'm gonna do it again this year. So, yeah, let's talk more about it. A gente usa esse episódio para você treinar seu listening, então espero que você já tenha aí assistido todos os outros episódios que tem, porque tem muitos, tá? E vai continuar tendo no fim do ano e no início do ano. Nunca vou deixar de fazer. Quero fazer de temas aí natalinos. Inclusive, o próximo vai ser dos filmes que vocês mandaram eu assistir de Natal. Então, estou, assim, me esforçando pra assistir vários antes do Natal chegar. Tá foda, mas vai dar certo, vai dar certo. Comentem aqui nesse episódio se vocês querem também um episódio sobre Christmas episodes. Por quê? As sitcoms que a gente assiste, eles sempre têm os episódios de Natal, né? E tem uns que eu amo muito. Então, comenta aí se você quer um desse. Mas enfim. Enfim, manda esse podcast pra quem você acha que vai se beneficiar de treinar o listening. Espero que a experiência seja boa pra vocês. E é isso. Compartilha esse podcast, gente. Vamos fazer um experimento social? Bora ver se o que acontece se você compartilha o podcast nos seus stories. Quem sabe, né? Quem sabe, assim, algo miraculoso não vai acontecer no seu dia. Porque eu sei que vocês escutam. Vocês falam comigo que vocês escutam. Vocês falam com os professores de vocês que vocês escutam. Mas ninguém compartilha, gente. Vamos ajudar. Vamos ajudar. Porque é um conteúdo gratuito que pode ajudar muita gente. Mas enfim. Ok. Let's get back to it. Because Gilmore Girls used to be one of my favorite TV shows. I think it still is. But there's a big problem with it. So let me tell you about it. Gilmore Girls is kind of like a sitcom, but it's not a sitcom. It's a comfort TV show. You know, it is about a mother and a daughter. This mother got pregnant when she was a teenager, and her parents were very strict. And they forced her to marry her boyfriend, right? Because they needed to get married, because they were having a baby. But she was too young. She didn't want to marry him, so she ran away from home and she went to like a neighbor city to live by herself and to raise her kid by herself. And basically, the TV show is like them as grown-ups. The baby is already an adult. It's Rory. It's a teenager, actually. At the beginning of the show, she's a teenager. And it is about this beautiful relationship that this mother and daughter have. The daughter is the responsible one. She's smart. She is the perfect kid. And the mother, she's like a teenager, you know. I love her. She's so funny and she does crazy things and she doesn't think before doing anything and she's not a great housewife. She can't cook, she can't clean. Basically, her daughter is the one who keeps everything together and she works, she provides for them, but she's crazy, you know? She's the irresponsible one, according to the TV show. I love her so much, and the dynamic between them, it's so beautiful. It's the kind of dynamic that you look and think, oh, I wish I had that with my mother. You know, it's perfect. It's so sweet, and they are so supportive of each other. And by the point when the TV show starts, the daughter is starting high school and the mother wants to take her to a private high school because she's in a public school now and she wants her kid to study at a private one because Rory, the girl, the daughter, is very smart, and her dream is to go to college, to go to an Ivy League college. Ivy League university are the biggest and most famous and the best universities in the country, in the US, like Harvard, for example. Harvard, Yale, Stanford, they are Ivy League universities. And their dream is for Rory to go to Harvard. So she doesn't have the money to take Rory to a private high school. So she talks to her parents, the parents who she ran away from home, right? Years later, she talks to her parents and she asks them for money to pay for Rory's school. And the grandparents, they love their granddaughter, they love Rory. So they say, yes, we will pay for her high school, but with one condition, with the condition that you will have dinner with us every Friday. So, and then, okay, she agrees, but she has a terrible relationship with her parents because they have completely different lifestyles and life visions, and perspectives. And the whole TV show is you following them in this very small town. It's a really small town, like everybody knows each other and everybody loves them. Like they are the city's little girls, like everybody loves them. Everybody does everything for them, for Lorelai, the mother, and Rory, the daughter. And it's so cute. It's so sweet. It's so beautiful. And the reason why I love watching this show on vacation, it's because it's so comforting. Oh, first of all, it's in a small town. So it has the small town vibes that makes you feel at home. And second of all, they love winter, they love Christmas, and they love doing Rory loves reading, Lorelai loves coffee, all these elements that together they give you this cozy vibes. Do you know cozy in English? Cozy is like comfortable. So it's such a nice TV show to watch, and nothing big or dramatic happens, at least not in the beginning. And so it's not a TV show that will make you emotional and cry, or that will make you laugh out loud. It makes me laugh. I love it. But it's a nice, chilling TV show. And the scenario and the city and the people, it's also comforting. I love it so much. And some people, my sister, for example, she thinks it's boring. And I remember that a friend, when I recommended Gilmore Girls to her, she said that she thought it was boring, but then she stuck to it, she continued watching, and eventually she fell in love with it. And I think that's the feeling with Gilmore Girls. In the beginning, you will probably find it a little boring because it's like, oh, okay, okay, what's gonna happen, But it's not about that. It's not about what happens. It's about the feeling, the vibe, and the relationships. And Lorelai is single, but she clearly has a crush on the guy that owns the diner. Diner, it's like lanchonete. And they have a flirting relationship, but they never get together. And then Rory's a teenager, so you watch her grow up and go through the high school experience and then college because you follow them for many years and you see Rory going to college. And spoiler alert, she doesn't go to Harvard. And Rory has a best friend and they do best friend things together. It's so cute. Like it makes you want to go back to school and live with your mom if you have this relationship with your mom, which you probably don't because it's very unrealistic. But anyways, I love it, but something happens on this TV show. And that's why I stopped watching. Because as I got older, it really started bothering me. Bother, it's like incomodar. Something bothered me so much when I started watching this TV show when I was a little bit older. Because I'm gonna tell you the spoiler, but it's okay because again, the TV show is not about the events, what happens. No, it's about the vibe. So this spoiler is not a problem. Rory becomes a teenager. right? And she wants to do whatever she wants. And she starts dating a boy that Lorelai doesn't like. And she starts making some stupid decisions on the way. Like, the problem is not her boyfriend, okay? The problem is that she starts making some stupid decisions. Okay, fine, she's a teenager. But Rory develops a great relationship with her grandparents. And remember that the grandparents were very toxic to Lorelai when she was a teenager living in their house, right? So Lorelai has a very problematic relationship with her parents, and Rory is the little sweetheart of her grandparents. They love her. They do everything to make her happy. And sometimes Lorelai tries to discipline Rory, and the grandparents ruin everything because they do everything Rory wants, you know? And that's the big problem because remember, do you remember that their dream is that Rory will study at Harvard? As the seasons go by, Rory finally has to decide what college she'll go to, and she doesn't go to Harvard because she goes to Yale. Yale is is an Ivy League university. Yes, it is, but Lorelai doesn't understand why she wants to go to Yale if her whole life, her dream was to go to Harvard. And a big part of that decision, it's because her grandfather was a student at Yale. So Lorelai thinks it's very problematic that her grandfather influenced her decision so much, you know? And the problem is not her going to Yale. The problem is that Rory doesn't understand the problematic relationship Lorelai has with her grandparents, you know? And it's fine. She doesn't need to understand that. But at the same time, sometimes she defends her grandparents against, you know, like contra Lorelai. But she has no idea what Lorelai went through when she was a teenager and when she lived in their house, you know? And Lorelai is not perfect. She's wrong in many situations. In many situations, the grandparents are right, but this becomes a big conflict, you know? And ever since Rory goes to college, their relationship is very shaken. Just so you can have an idea, there is a period during college that Rory goes to her grandparents' house and lives in their house because she doesn't speak to her mother for months. They go months without speaking to each other. And I hate this season. Eventually, this period where Rory starts making a lot of stupid decisions and doing a lot of stupid stuff, and they don't talk for a long time, I hate the season because I am watching this TV show for comfort because I love the characters. But in these seasons, I hate Rory so much. Oh my God. And now it's funny because it's a whole community that watches Gilmore Girls and everybody hates Rory. It's crazy. I mean, uh, I think that in the beginning, everybody loved the show. Everybody loved everybody, right? Rory and Lorelai, they're beautiful, they're perfect, yes. But the TV show ruined, like, arruinaram, estragaram Rory because she was the perfect little girl. And of course, she grew up, she became an adult, but she became so irresponsible. She did so much stupid stuff. And you start getting angry and annoyed like, "Oh my God, shut up." Shut up. Like it makes you want to control her life because she only makes stupid decisions and her mother wants the best for her, you know? Like she's clearly right. I defend Lorelai with all my heart. I love her. And I don't know, it start like you get so annoyed watching the show and seeing Rory making all those stupid decisions. And that's why, like with as the years went by, this TV show wasn't comforting for me anymore. It was something that made me angry. And I know the end of the show. And after a few years, they filmed a sequel. It's a 4 episode sequel and you can see their future, like, oh, are they married? Are they single? Where are they working? And on the sequel, Rory is an adult and she's still stupid. Oh my God. Like, what? It makes me so angry that even like in the sequel, like years later, they filmed the sequel. Rory is an adult and she is still stupid. How can a person be so smart for some stuff, so intelligent? Because she's not smart, she's intelligent, she's intellectually intelligent. But for life, she's so stupid. And then when you are an adult and you watch Gilmore Girls, you know exactly why. Do you know why? Because Rory is the perfect girl, remember? And everybody praises her. Praise, it's like, bota ela lá em cima. Praise é tipo, bajular, bajular, né? Everybody praises Rory because she's the perfect little girl, right? When she grows up, she is used to doing whatever she wants, and everybody is there to, yes, Rory, you are perfect, to praise her. So she knows that she can do anything and people will still praise her. So she becomes spoiled. Do you know spoiled? This is a good vocabulary. Spoiled. É alguém mimado. Spoiled. Spoiled. Uma pessoa mimada. She becomes spoiled, and that's why she starts making so many stupid decisions. And eventually, like with time, she becomes the classic example of a person that is super smart and intelligent when they are young, and when they become adults, they can't deal with life. They don't know how to deal with life, because they never had to deal with difficult situations. So they become stupid adults and they think that the world revolves around them. Like Rory becomes exactly this type of adult. And she starts getting angry at all the praise that she received during her life. And it's like she wants to prove people that she's not so perfect. So she makes all those mistakes on purpose. Oh my God. It's so annoying to watch that. But I swear to you, the TV show is so good. It's one of the biggest TV shows in pop culture because every time you think about books, coffee, Christmas, winter, you think about Gilmore Girls. A lot of references and a lot of pictures and a lot of things you see on Pinterest, for example, they are about Gilmore Girls, like it's a big Gilmore Girls is a big reference on pop culture. So I love talking about this. I love talking about media and pop culture and references. Wave is all about references. So like it's huge for me. I love this TV show and I will still recommend it. So if you like this type of TV show, you should totally watch it, especially during Christmas time because they live in a small town and they have a lot of celebrations, a lot of holidays. So it has that cozy feeling of the end of the year. And they love winter. There are so many episodes during the winter and celebrating Christmas. It's so sweet. And you love the relationships and everything that happens. It's so cute. It's the perfect TV show to just watch and relax your mind. And before I finish, let me just talk about the English on this TV show. Look, I usually recommend Gilmore Girls to like practice your English and everything. But I don't recommend English subtitles, like legenda. I don't recommend it because there's a problem here. The Gilmore Girls is full of pop culture references and classics and old references. They reference movies, TV shows, books, a lot of things all the time. So for a Brazilian, for someone that it's not a lot in pop culture, you will probably have a hard time trying to understand all the references, all the jokes. So maybe you will miss, like perder, a lot of the jokes because of that, because it's all references to things that you probably don't know. But this doesn't affect the experience. Actually, Because of Gilmore Girls, there are a lot of movies that I watched and a lot of books that I read just because I heard about it on Gilmore Girls. So it's nice. It's nice because because the TV show is a little old, it's like the 2000s. And they make a lot of references to old movies, classics, and pop culture at that time. It's really fun. It's really interesting. I love it. A lot of the recommendations that I got were from them, from this TV show. And I remember there is a podcast. I'm not gonna remember the name of this podcast now, but there's a podcast, just so you can have an idea of how many references they make in this show. There's a podcast that two girls recorded just to explain every reference in Gilmore Girls. They literally created a podcast just to explain the references on the TV show. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Because there are so many that you miss, like perder. You don't see, you don't pay attention to a lot of them. It's a lot. And yes, they speak very fast because the humor, the sense of humor, it's quick. It's quick. It's like little jokes all the time. I think it's funny. Sometimes I think it's like a little forced. Like nobody talks like that in real life, but it's in a comforting way. It's in a nice, cozy way. I can't explain. Watch the first episode and you will understand the vibe, and then you can decide if it's for you. But if you want a TV show that won't make you have strong feelings, it's not dramatic, it's not action, it's not violent, it's just a nice, cozy, fun. I love the Christmas vacation feeling that you get when you watch Gilmore Girls. I think I'm gonna rewatch it this year. Maybe now I am old enough to watch and not be angry at Rory so much. Who knows? Who knows? Please let me know if you watch Gilmore Girls because I don't know a lot of people that watch it, but at the same time, on the internet, I know a big community of people who watch Gilmore Girls. Like it's a whole niche on the internet. So I'm curious to know. Have you ever watched it? If not, try it during this Christmas vacation time. I would love to know your opinion. Okay? I hope I'll see you in the next episode. I plan to bring Christmas movies and Christmas episodes. Let's hope that I can watch everything like in time before Christmas. Okay. Let's hope at least. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.